Pio finishes goalless here at York Road. What are your thoughts after that one?
It's a clean sheet. We spoke about needing to keep clean sheets. 18 was our target based on what we did last season, so there's our first one. There are elements of our game, especially the second half, that were really good. I think we got caught in between a few longer passes that should have been shorter and a few shorter passes that should have been longer. Still a work in progress at the moment. I'm not making any excuses, we'll get there. But I think the final piece is just finding the back of the net, which I'm not doing at the moment.
It's obviously a first point on the board. What further positives are you taking from today?
We were good. We were really good in spells. Really good in spells. I questioned our desire. I questioned our application. I questioned our physicality in the Truro game, and I needed to see a change. We got that in spades. So that's the basis. I think we will get better as time goes on. I think both teams will be better. And once we gel, once we finally flip a switch, we will be pleasantly good to watch.
To your credit, last weekend you took responsibility for the defeat. What learnings did you make and bring into this afternoon?
Doesn't matter who you play in this league. If you cannot match any team physically, it doesn't matter how much you want to play, you won't have the ball to be able to do so. So, alongside making sure the energy levels were right, nobody was allowed to lose their very first contact. It just allowed us a stable base to be able to work from. I thought we landed on seconds particularly well. Probably should have kept the ball a little bit more, but the second half, the patterns, the shapes are starting to come to effect. And like I said, the last piece of the jigsaw is now trying to put the ball in the back of the net.
Obviously, we still haven't scored yet this season. Is there any concern for you in that perspective?
No, we've got goals that will score. We've got boys that will score goals in this team. Hasn't happened just yet. 45 games to go, 44 games to go. I'm sure we will start scoring some goals, and when we do, we won't stop.
We've seen in pre-season and at Truro a changeability in shape. You shifted to two out-and-out strikers up top this afternoon. Was that part of a switch of approach?
Yeah, we will keep switching. I thought last season, maybe it's an ego from myself, where we were going to play one way only, and we'll find a way to break these teams down. There has to be a switch. There has to be where we can just put a player on and the entire team knows what's going to happen. We will flip from one formation to another, especially when we're trying to seek a goal. And like I said, when it clicks, it will click.
And we saw another switch in shape when Finley came on, and a very impressive cameo from him off the bench. How impressed were you with this closing half an hour?
Yeah, really impressed with Finn. Finn came to us late, which means that we just need a little bit longer with him to make sure that he completely understands what it is we're asking of him. He's going to be one hell of a player, I know that. He gives us food for thought when we're trying to think of our starting 11. But whether he starts, whether he comes on, he always puts in a shift.
And it's another one of last season's playoff pack on Tuesday night when we travel to Hemel. What will you be looking to do to build on today's result?
Something similar. Again, we spoke about physicality. Another clean sheet would be brilliant, because if you've got a base, it means you only have to score one goal. It's not going to be easy. I think they've won today as well. So tough games. I think our first 5 or 6 games are tough. But if we want to be where we want to be at the end of the season, we've got no choice but to pick up as many points as we can in this period. So something similar again would be nice.
Thank you, Pierre. Well, see you Tuesday.
Thank you. Cheers.